Hey, boys and girls, I hope you're well. Look, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet because I know we're all sick and tired of talking about it, but I've just got a big question, and that is why was Victor Gyökeres not on that plane to Singapore with the rest of the squad? The most critical part of our transfer window business was to bring in a striker, and I've said for a few videos now that I personally felt he had to be on that plane flying out with the rest of the squad so that they could get a full preseason under their belt, and that is not going to happen. And I just find that unbelievable that Arsenal have allowed this to drag on for as long as it's dragged on for. Now, look, I still truly believe that he will become an Arsenal player, but my frustration lies around the fact we've let this drag out for as long as it's dragged out. And I ultimately think that will have a negative impact on our ability to kind of start the season strongly, which is just not good enough in my opinion. The other thing I wanted to talk about was the signing of Madueke. Look, he's an Arsenal player now, so it is what it is. But again, he's another player that is not going to play a part in our pre-season. He will play a part in obviously the Emirates Cup games, but in terms of the tour of Singapore and Hong Kong, he won't play any part because he's taking a break from what was a very strenuous 3 weeks of sitting on Chelsea's bench. So we're going to go through a whole preseason tour with an attacking lineup that's the exact same as last season, which for me is just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And, while all this is going on, the conversations around Eze and Rodrigo, in my opinion, are stone cold. I haven't heard anything about Eze in weeks now. We got linked to Xavi Simons for about 5 minutes, and Chelsea have already kind of gone and knocked on his door, and it looks like he'll end up at Chelsea. The Rodrigo one, for me, I don't see it in a million years. I honestly believe if he leaves, he'll go to Liverpool. So, yeah, it's just a bit of a mess for me at the moment. And I'm hearing that the priority after getting Gyökeres wrapped up is outgoings, which means that we're probably looking at a situation whereby, yes, maybe we bring in one more creative player, but that person might not come in till like literally the last week of the transfer window. And so my argument here is that it's just not putting us in a prime position to kick off this season in the best possible way, which means we're going to be behind the eight ball before we've even started. And it's just another example of Arsenal not acting like a big club. Arteta sits there and tries to say all the right things, but honestly, I'm sick of the talk. I actually want to see some walking, some backing up of this talk. That's my thoughts.